What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince. This is VW Fitness, and today we're doing a full day of eating 1,600 calories, getting shredded for the wedding, literally less than 90 days away. Pretty crazy to say that, in Croatia. Super excited, super stoked. I've been doing 1,600 calories all week, and to be honest with you, it hasn't really been that hard. I'm really just kind of scaling back the amount of food from my 2,000 calorie diet that I've been doing the last few weeks. Now, the reason why I'm cutting to 1,600 this entire week is for a very good reason that I'll get into in the next video, which is very exciting. It's really good content coming. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit that bell for notifications. But full day of eating, that's all it's gonna be, no workouts. This has been my breakfast pretty much every single day. It's beef bacon with egg whites and eggs, usually some spinach, and that is it. So we have breakfast here, guys, just to go over it. 3 slices of beef bacon, half a cup of egg whites with 2 whole eggs, and then 2 pieces of this keto bread that we found at Costco. I've been loving this. This is a staple. It lasts forever, to be honest with you, which is great. I throw a couple spritzes of the, I can't believe it's not butter on here. 0.00000, right? And then I use Melinda's hot sauce or some sort of pico de gallo, usually on my eggs, just to kind of add a little bit of spice. Luckily, I have just enough to just kind of get some of this. This is 0 calorie as well. Total macros. I use MyFitnessPal. That's probably the number one. You probably hear that the most. Total calories, 432 calories here, 2 grams of net carb, 21.5 grams of fat, and 45.3 grams of protein. So overall, a really solid meal. I am post-workout. I have not eaten anything all day today. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to get this down and enjoy it before we go back and do some more cardio later today. But this is definitely a staple meal for me. A lot of volume, as you can see. I add a spinach, just a ton of variation in the food. I do try to push my fats earlier in the morning and kind of my carbs later in the day. Beef bacon. Totally slept on. Did not know this existed. But it's so good. The other thing that I like to do, since I'm tracking it, right, is the beef bacon renders out fat as it cooks. Rather than just kind of dumping the excess fat, since it is tracked, I cook the eggs and the spinach in that fat. Obviously helps it not stick, adds a little bit more flavor, and I'm utilizing those fats from the bacon, and I basically get to utilize all the bacon fat as part of my meal. All right, that is meal number 1. As you guys saw here, I've talked about this on the channel before, but if you're new here, this is my green supplement and fiber supplement. I do not count this into my daily caloric intake, but just wanted to share with you guys, I do drink this every single day, whether it's a training day or not. Good way to get my fiber in, as well as the bread. Obviously a lot of fiber in there since it's a keto bread. But yeah, we'll see you guys here for meal 2. All right, guys, meal number 2. It is about 12:30 in the afternoon. We're gonna eat this up before we go do some cardio now. We ended up using about 6 ounces of our chicken thigh copycat Chipotle chicken recipe that, if you guys missed it, It's in last week's video, so make sure you go back and check out that video. It's the best tasting chicken you'll ever find. 2 slices of American cheese in our low carb wrap here, along with 39 grams of some Idaho potatoes that we had left over. Just needed to kind of eat those. So total macros for this meal, 390 calories, 16.3 grams of net carb, 16.9 grams of fat, and 51.2 grams of protein. And then to top it all off, we have the new A&W Ice Cream Sundae Zero Sugar. Found these at Target. And I know they've been kind of hard to find, so make sure you guys check out Walmart and Target online and just search around your area to see if it's in stock. But this stuff, it's like a chocolate, creamy, delicious drink. So we're gonna enjoy this before we go do some cardio. Also added a little bit of sriracha in here, 0 calorie as well. Damn, that's really good. All right, that is meal number 2, guys. We will see you guys back here post cardio for a little mid-afternoon snack and then our final meal for the day. All right, guys, just got back from some cardio, 50 minutes, 30 minutes in the sauna. I'm starving. A little afternoon snack sounds delightful. And this has been an absolute game changer. The Quaker lightly salted rice cakes, super easy snack to make anytime. Carbs are very minimal, no fat, very little protein. But this is what I typically do for a little snack, and you can kind of make it however you want, which is fantastic. We take the Ready Whip, fat-free whipped cream. You guys already know. Do this every single time. Right on there. If you can't hear that, Tofu knows that sound. Like the back of her hand, paw, whatever. Then we take this feast mode seasoning. This is the cinnamon honey butter. And I just kind of drizzle a bit on there. And then my fiance actually was the one that came up with this one. But flaky sea salt on top completes this perfect afternoon snack. All right, so macros on here, 70 calories, 14 carb, 1 gram of protein, 0 fat. I'm gonna take these down before we eat some dinner here in a bit. Afternoon snack. All right, guys, making our dinner for the night. 8 ounces of ground turkey. This is the 98.2 and the 93.7 mixed with some taco seasoning. 8 ounces. We're gonna throw this into one of our low carb tortillas, along with some Idaho potatoes, because you know, I'm a good old fashioned Idaho boy. No, I wasn't born here. I was raised here. That's a lot of meat. 8 ounces is a lot. All right, so we have our 8 ounces of ground turkey. I'm gonna warm this up in the microwave. We're gonna heat up our tortilla here. We're gonna put this together, put a little bit of the potatoes in there, put our 2 pieces of Velveeta cheese in there, and wrap it all up. Good old-fashioned burrito. All right, tortilla's warming up here. I like to do this to kind of soften it up so it makes it easier to roll. Just to show you guys, I know I talked about this earlier, this is the Velveeta cheese that I use. 35 calories a slice. Add 2 slices into our burrito here. Mix this all up. here's our finished product. We have the burrito in there and some extra potatoes and some extra meat that we just didn't put in the wrap. But let's go through the calorie breakdown here. 583 calories here. We have 4 ounces of the extra lean, 98.2% lean ground turkey. We have 93.7 lean ground turkey, 4 ounces of that. We have one of the low carb Don Pancho wraps, 2 slices of the Velveeta cheese, and then 206 grams of potato. Now I added 2 of the potatoes into the burrito, so it's more of like a quote unquote California wrap. And then we have obviously the extra kind of sitting here. So this is dinner, and we'll catch you guys after this for a little after dinner snack. We do have a few extra calories left, about 149 calories left on the day. Dinner tonight includes the Sprite Chill Cherry Lime, 0 calorie. Crisp and refreshing, can't go wrong there. Using a little Melinda's hot sauce, pretty much almost out of that. And we have some pico de gallo here. I like to kind of just add that on top of the burrito. All right, we're gonna top our potatoes that we have left over here with this Walden Farms chicken sauce. This stuff is absolutely phenomenal. Check your local Walmart. That's the only place I've been able to find this. Does tend to be out of stock, so double check online before you go. But 0 calories, Walden Farms, fantastic brand, big fan. Just maybe don't order from them online because apparently a lot of their stuff's back ordered and they won't ship your order, so. Finger looking good. That's dinner, guys. We'll see you after for a little after dinner, post dinner snack. All right, guys, the final piece of the puzzle. I don't know why I said that, but it's the last little meal, quote unquote, of the night. Currently about 6 o'clock. I usually go to bed around 8:39, so I completely finish eating 2 to 3 hours before I go to bed. We're gonna finish off the night with 2 more of the lightly salted Quaker Oat rice cakes. Like I said, they're just a staple. They fill in the carbs, no fat, and you can pretty much make them taste however you want. You could go the savory route, you could go the sweet route. Lots of different options. All right, so we have 11 grams of this PB cocoa powder. Fantastic, very yummy. And the Rise Jet Puff Marshmallow Protein Powder, we have 10 grams of that as well in this little container, already measured out. We have some non-fat Greek yogurt. We're gonna end up pulling 50 grams out of here. We're gonna mix that in with this. First off though, I'm gonna add a little bit of water, make sure that it doesn't just like completely coagulate. Coagulate, I think that's the word, coagulate. All right, a little bit of water, just kind of mix this up. All right, now we have a chocolatey peanut butter marshmallow deliciousness here. Give that a little taste test. That's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, we're gonna pull 50 grams of Greek yogurt out. All right, there's our 50 grams. Now this is just gonna thicken up and mix with our protein, quote unquote, sludge. So then you kind of get this like, basically it turns into like a frosting, a little more liquidy. And then we're gonna add this right on top of our rice cakes. And then I can just eat the leftover, just straight out. So good. But that's not all. So like we did earlier, add a little bit of whipped cream on here. And again, this is the fat-free version, and flaky sea salt to just top it. We're not gonna do any feast mode tonight. I think there's plenty of flavor sitting on here. This is straight fire, guys. It's like dessert. Calorie breakdown here, 180 calories, 1.6 grams of fat, 21 carb, 17.1 grams of protein. And that, ladies and gentlemen, puts us at 1,655 calories. So we went over about 25, 30 calories. Not the end of the world, to be honest with you. We're trying to stay between 1,600 and 1,700. Went a little bit over today, but we hit our protein goal of 180 grams. We had 1 gram of fat left and 3 grams of net carb left. Overall, a fantastic day, guys. This is how I've been doing it all week. This is how I will continue to do it as we go further and further into this cut. Or, you know, who knows? Maybe I'll hire a coach and we might do some crazy things. Never know. Literally less than 90 days away from my wedding, guys. Super excited, cannot be forever grateful for the woman that I've chosen to spend the rest of my life with. And she's chosen to spend the rest of her life with this guy. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications. As always, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Give these recipes a try next time. Leave a comment below and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.